Is Neymar fat? Fat Neymar. Neymar overweight. Neymar now. People from all over the world were shocked to see these photos. Then they start looking for what happened to the Brazilian on their own. Friends, relax. Fanatico channel will do all the work for you. Today, we will tell you how Neymar is doing right now, whether these photos are reliable or not, and what to expect from the Brazilian in the near future. But before we begin, please support this video with a like, as we spent more than 24 hours preparing this video so that you could find out the truth about Ney. Thank you! With that out of the way, let's get going! Neymar is famous for his scandalous lifestyle, which has always been on the edge. For some time, the Brazilian star managed to compensate for his flamboyant parties and general lack of discipline with successful performances on the football pitch. However, over the years, he found it increasingly difficult to do so, and now we have what we have. Ney is now a 31-year-old footballer who suffered a severe ACL injury and will not be back to action for quite some time. Football fans have lost the Brazilian from their radar, especially since he joined Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian giants. Neymar was unable to play against Messi and Suarez in the recent friendly between Al Hilal and Inter Miami, which took place on January 29th and ended in a spectacular 4-3 triumph for the Saudi side. So what is Neymar up to these days? Football fans have been bamboozled twice recently. Firstly, online users were discussing this photo of Neymar, reposting and liking the shocking photo from the interview, not forgetting to add some sharp comments to the mix. But in fact, it all turned out to be fake. You see, here's how Neymar looked in early January. We took a screenshot from the same interview. After that, the whole world saw this viral photo with some female fan, Neymar, and an Inter Miami jersey. The hint is clear, right? By the way, there is a real chance to witness the legendary MSN trio performing for the Herons in the summer of 2025, when Ney's contract with Al Hilal expires. Wow, you better make it happen. Leave a like if you wish to see it. Alright then, back to Neymar and to an even bigger shocker, which this time gained even more virality on social media. The following photo from Romario's party simply exploded with thousands of posts on social media. For some time, Neymar's current shape was the only topic of discussions on football Twitter. The video from the scene left no doubts. Something must have happened to Neymar that made him look so bad. No wonder why people started Googling. Is Neymar fat? Fat Neymar? Neymar overweight? Neymar now. We conducted our own investigation and realized that the mentioned photo and video were just the result of a bad camera angle. Here's another one, but from a different angle. See? Neymar looks normal but in oversized clothes, which explains the effect created in photos and videos. Therefore, let's stop making fun of Neymar and stop talking about the fact that the Brazilian has ended his career early, the way he is breaching his contract with Al Hilal, and how he has become a fat gamer who has given up on football. What is Neymar doing right now? First of all, the Brazilian is recovering from an injury and continues to work hard for this purpose, as you can see in the video. His NR Sports channel covers his recovery process, and it's slightly noticeable that Ney has gained extra kilos. But think of it as a very common occurrence for players who have suffered severe injuries, especially at the age of 30+. Nevertheless, one can see the Brazilian working through the pain in order to return to the football pitch, work out his contract with Al Hilal, and return to the Brazilian national team. Neymar's ultimate goal is to participate in a 2026 World Cup, which will give him the very last chance to capture the coveted international trophy. Besides, if you follow Neymar's Instagram and posts he gets mentioned in, you could find the same recovery exercises, see what he actually looks like now, and if you're not too lazy to go to his Instagram page, then you could check out the following 5 recent photos. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, or the following videos where Ney plays online poker. One can tell by his face as if obesity is not a thing to worry about. Speaking of poker, poker remains almost the main activity for Neymar now. Since picking up the injury, he began to travel to various tournaments. For example, in mid-January, he featured in the New Year's tournament from PokerStars. 3 main event tournaments with different buy-ins were played: $109, $1,050, and $5,200. The Brazil squad representative took part in the last, most expensive one. He made it to the final 294 participants and then managed to reach the prize zone, which consisted of 41 finalists. Unfortunately, Neymar finished the whole thing in 13th place, failing to reach the final table. A pretty good result nevertheless. Well, Ney is considered to be a talented poker player. After all, he learned how to convincingly bluff and simulate on the football pitch. Just kidding, folks, just kidding. We urge Neymar supporters not to unsubscribe. All in all, there has been a lot of fake news around Neymar lately. In particular, the world has recently been hit with another shocking story about Al Hilal allegedly terminating their contract with the Brazilian. The clickbait sensation was quickly debunked by Fabrizio Romano. Al Hilal have not terminated Neymar Jr.'s contract. The reports are being denied by sources as fake news. Al Hilal will just make space in the squad list for Renan Lodi as a foreign player, as Neymar is injured and won't play again this season, set to return to the squad. According to doctors' predictions, Neymar will fully recover somewhere around August-September this year, which means he will miss this year's Copa America campaign, which will take place in the United States. Still, as we can see, Neymar is doing his best to get back on track and prove his worth on the fields of Saudi Arabia and Neymar's retirement plans sound rather intriguing and no less ambitious. Despite what many football fans around the world might have thought, the Brazilian has not lost his love for the #1 game at all. There are several scenarios that could happen after Neymar completes his contract with Al Hilal. It's highly doubtful that the Brazilian will want to extend his deal by activating the option included in the agreement. This means that the summer of 2025 should mark a new starting point in the Brazilian star's career. To be more exact, we can think of 3 options and 3 big dreams Ney wants to accomplish before hanging up his boots. Firstly, he would love to say a beautiful goodbye to Barcelona. According to L'Equipe, Neymar wanted to join Barca back in the summer of 2023, though the Catalans did not have enough money to buy his contract from PSG. Next year, Neymar will turn 33. The Catalans are unlikely to be willing to pen a long-term contract, but the idea of them offering a 1-year deal would be a win-win solution for all parties. The second dream is to reunite with his best friends from Barcelona, Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, who will still be performing at Inter Miami this and next year. Living in Miami and playing soccer with your mates in America, isn't that a perfect time option? And finally, the third plan that Neymar would want to realize before retiring from professional football is to return to the club of his life, the place where all it began, Santos, who are currently going through tough times, having been relegated to the Brazilian Serie B. Ney often talks in interviews about his desire to finish his career at Santos, while the Brazilian side is just dreaming of this day of reunion. So that's how things are with Neymar at the moment. Sure, he's gained a little weight, but at least he hasn't become the new Ronaldo Nazario, who ended his professional career as the world's greatest fat man in football. He still has plenty of ambition, but as Al Hilal head coach Jorge Jesus correctly stated in a recent interview, Cristiano Ronaldo is different from Neymar. Ronaldo has a greater passion for football. Ney loves football, but he also loves many other aspects of life. You should not judge him for that. Guys, the Fanatico channel was with you. We'll be very grateful for your likes and subscriptions. Fanatico channel. We love football as much as you do. Have a good mood and day. Check out the other videos we highly recommend to watch and stay tuned for more.